Well, hey, everybody, it's me, Tom Dalden, and Jim Edelman from the smash hit Emmy Award-winning PBS TV show Under the Radar. And I'm so proud of myself because thanks to my daughter, Andrea, and Jim, I figured out how to do a Zoom meeting on my telephone today because we have a power outage at my house. So this is my first time ever doing it on my phone. And just so you know, my phone is propped up on a Ziploc sandwich box and a Yahtzee box. So anyway, we're here today to talk about a very special event. And I'll lead in by saying in my eyes, there's really three universal languages. There's music, food, and art. And when you think about it, no matter where you go, in what building, anybody's home, there's always art. It's like our universal language. And if you want to find almost all the art there is in the universe, you need to go to the Ann Arbor Art Fair. Now, we have two special guests today. We have Chris Cravens, who's an artist extraordinaire. We also have Karen Delhay. Am I saying that right?
Delhay, but yeah, close.
Oh, okay, Delhay. Hey, sorry.
It's all good.
She's the executive director of the Guild, also known as the Guild of Artists and Artisans. But yeah, we're here to talk about the Ann Arbor Art Fair, which is my wife and I every year do a pilgrimage there because art is very personal to us. We actually like to meet the artists who we buy art from. But Chris, let's start with you really quick. Okay. I actually looked at some of your stuff online. You have a very amazing and creative approach. I love your use of primary colors. And you specialize in teapots?
I do a lot of teapots. Yeah, I do. I love them.
Chris? Yeah, I saw some really cool ones.
So
what's your inspiration for your art?
My inspiration is my background, actually. I came from the fashion industry. I was a retail buyer. So a lot of my work I make with patterns. So today I thought I would walk you through a couple of pieces that I did from a pattern that looks like this. So this pattern creates something like this.
Very cool.
And I like found items too. So this little brass key, I like haunt antique shops. I live in Irish Hills and there's a million antique shops around. So I haunt them for different things. So this is a key to the queen bee's heart. How about that? I do a lot of gold luster too. So I put gold luster on the top. But the piece we're going to go through today with some rice paper decals is this. This is a flower block. So I put some flowers in it. You can see the top. So going from this piece, or it'll go from this piece to this piece.
Very cool.
So this is made with that same block that I did the teapot with. So what I do is I use a lot of mid-century modern. Inspiration for me is like Warhol, Jackson Pollock, Kandinsky. I love mid-century modern. So I'll use a piece like this and transfer it. So then we have some spaces, color in the stars like that. Am I coming up?
Very cool.
And then these are the rice paper transfers that I talk about. These little pieces of paper that have a design on one side and I attach it. Let me see if I could do this right. So let me see if I could do it like this. Okay. So see how I laid the piece up and then I wet it. Artists, my clothes are like really a mess all the time. It's crazy.
So is this after you fired it?
No, this is still in the greenware stage. So this is like very delicate clay at this point.
I love this because my whole house is mid-century modern. Everything in my house is mid-century modern, everything. Yeah, this is why I love going to the Ann Arbor Art Fair, because you meet the artist, you get to hear their backstory, their inspiration, and you get to see the process. Wow.
There's the transfer. So then the next step is once I get it all decorated, I go over with wax. So you can kind of see the funky green. And then the pattern really shows up. This one I'm going to do in orange because I love orange. So I'll show you what happens just as I get ready. And I am going to actually fire this morning. So there's the design. And
So
when I
it's really
go
cool.
over-
Chris does workshops with us. She actually just did one
This is the
through,
piece. Yep.
yeah, through our gallery, and you could come in and do this, and then she'll take them back and fire them for you. But people were bringing in artwork that their kids had done when they were,
So that's
smaller,
kind of the
young.
way it
Yeah.
winds up. And that's how I get, and then the wax, of course, burns off, and then you get something like this.
That is very cool.
But
It's almost like batik, what you do with fabric, in that, the wax kind of protects the areas that
Yeah.
you've already laid in, right?
absolutely.
Yeah, very neat.
Well, because I do layers and layers. I love layers.
Yeah.
So
Well, Karen?
Yeah.
Yeah, Karen, this really is why people need to go to the Ann Arbor Art Fair, because you meet people, you hear their stories, you see how the art is made. So when people come to your home and they see these pieces of art, there's a story behind them.
Yes.
There's you know the person, you know their inspiration. And the art fair has, I mean, how many artists come to the Ann Arbor Art Fair?
So we have close to 900 this year.
Wow.
We're still a little less than pre-COVID, and that's just safety reasons. We're spacing out a little bit, but it's still, one of the largest in the country. All of the artists that are in the fair go through a jury process to be there, so you're getting high quality. It's a rigorous jury process that they all have to go through to be there. So it's high quality. It's great to come in. Like you said, art is a very personal thing, so having that connection to the artist is really important, and you get to do that when you're at an art fair.
Yeah, I mean, it just, like I said, I always say this when we talk about the Ann Arbor Art Fair, but every piece of art in my home, I've met the artist. And it just means so much more to me, because we have that story, and you feel their inspiration, and you can share that with people. You're more excited about the art. So 900 artists, and there's three different, now you're part of the guild, correct? Which is a separate.
So we're the Ann Arbor Summer Art Fair. So we're on Main Street, Liberty up to 5th. We have a section on State Street from Madison to William, and then we have all of South University as well, which we took over last year. So we're the largest of the three. We have roughly 400 of the artists that will be there. It's a big undertaking.
It's to hear you guys talk about it. It's kind of like you take a hill in a battle,
right? Yeah, we got it. No. No, unfortunately, the South University Association dissolved due to COVID. And so we met with the businesses there because they really wanted, we already had a section on State Street that met up with South University. So it just made sense for us to continue up South University, which is what we did.
Yeah.
So
And
it worked out well.
That's the great thing about this fair is that, to the person wandering around going through it, they don't know which fair they're in.
No.
They treat it like one big group, but I do like how it spreads the workload out. If one person were to try to have to do this entire fair, you would see them hospitalized until it was time to plan next year's, right?
Yes. Yeah, it is. It's a lot of work. And, as it is now, it's like we're doing two separate events because we have the section down on Main Street, and then State and South U is like the other side of the world during an event, so we have two teams, two crews, so it is a big undertaking. Yeah.
And what I also love about the fair is it's in Ann Arbor, which is probably one of the coolest places on the planet to eat, stay, play, shop. I mean, the restaurants, the shopping there. I mean, so if, in between buying pieces of art, put them in your car, go have something to eat. My dilemma is always trying to keep it down to like 45 or 46 pieces of art.
You need a trailer.
Yeah, it's a great place to be in and of itself. But yeah, the art fair, when is the art fair? Just so people know before they get tired of seeing my face. When is it again?
It is July 21st through the 23rd. So it's Thursday through Saturday. Thursday and Friday, it's 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. And Saturday, it is 10 a.m. to 8 p.m.
And Chris, where's your booth going to be so I come buy some of your cool stuff?
I am on State Street, booth 431.
Because I spent a lot of time on your website last night, and I love what you do.
Oh, how fun.
Love the stuff you do. So, and like I said, my whole being is mid-century modern. I mean, when my daughter's boyfriend came over to our house for the first time, he goes, "Oh, so you guys used to watch the Jetsons?" That's how mid-century modern we are. So
See, that I like that. I do like that.
yeah,
I do.
Yeah.
And most of my things are just, I think they're just, I try and be interesting. I try and here's a platter, for example, that I'm going to bring, which I love.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it's just a fun piece, and what I like is just a piece of art that you could use in everyday life. That's kind of what my goal is. I don't want you to put this platter up on the wall or put it away. I want you to use it.
Yeah.
Right.
I love that.
So I'll break
Some of
it.
your bowls
So
are
I'll
fantastic.
break it and have to buy another one. Yeah. So
Well, there's that too.
yeah. So yeah, again, it's got to be, if not the biggest, one of the biggest art fairs. And so it's just amazing. You need to really spend a couple of days there, if not 3, to see all the art. Because I spend time, I actually stop and talk to the artists, and I'll watch the process and I'll get to know them. So yeah, it takes me a while. And Jim, you live close, so you're there all the time.
Exactly. I can go a couple days in a row, and it is nice to get there at different times. If you do go multiple days, stagger your time so you can kind of beat the crowds a little bit. It is a game. It's all it's always going to be hot. It's July.
Yeah.
And I think
sure.
that hydrate and be very friendly, because the artists definitely want to talk about their art. But buy things too. Don't just talk about art.
Right.
Yeah. I sell in 3 different places. I have the honor of selling at the Gutman Gallery. I also have an Etsy store, but I love the Ann Arbor Art Fair because I do like meeting my buyers. I like talking with them. I like helping them choose an item. And when you sell, it's great. I love it. Don't get me wrong, but I love meeting people. So yes, come down to the fair. If you've never done that, you have to do that this year.
Well, go ahead.
I was going to say, you mentioned Etsy. I think that is one of the great places to kind of get an idea for what artists bring. And then if they don't have what you like at the fair, you can go home and buy it, off your store,
absolutely.
right? Because you can't bring everything you have. Right. So I think, I'm flipping through your Etsy store, and, there's this large black and white bowl, which is fantastic. So there's only one left, by the way, and it's in 2 people's baskets. So
there you go.
First sale of the fair. Woo!
That's right.
Well, thanks so much, you guys. And and I was going to say really quick, Karen, on a personal level, you've been working with the fair for how long?
Oh, I've been with the fair since 2005.
Oh, for a while. So
a while.
What does it mean to you personally to be part of something that's so cool?
I absolutely love it. It's a passion. I graduated college and went into finance. I was doing finance, and then I had my kids, and it was like I stayed home for a while. And so I started as a volunteer. I was always very passionate about art in high school. I wasn't, an artist, not really, but tried to be. And this is perfect for me because I love art so much, but I can support artists, right? So that for me is just like a dream realized. So,
well, thanks to both of you, and I can't stress enough for people. If you've never been to the Ann Arbor Art Fair, it is an amazing experience. The town's amazing. The artists, just meeting these people, it's so much more fulfilling than buying art on the internet. Which you can do. I've done that after I meet the artist. You meet the artist, and then it's just there. You have a connection with them, and it means something. So, anyway, Jim, final word.
Final word. July 21 through 24th. You do not want to miss it. Carve some time out of your day. Bring an insulated water cup so you can hydrate. And then try to meet as many people as you can. I think, explore Ann Arbor, explore the shops. They're air conditioned. So you can also, shop Ann Arbor while you're shopping artists.
Yep. Yeah. Drinks, stop and have drinks. The Main Street has a social district this year. So you can walk around, have a cocktail and shop. But there's tons of restaurants that are out in the street too with the artists. So it's perfect. It's such a great experience.
Yeah. Well, thanks to both of you. Ann Arbor Art Fair, go. Woohoo. You'll see me there with like 8 bags of art. Thanks, you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.